Mike Pachelli here. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be talking about the Beatles recording of I'm a Loser that they did on August 14th, 1964. The song was written in the summer of '64 by John Lennon, and remember, 1964 is known as the year of the Beatles because they were definitely the most happening thing. Musically and lyrically, I'm a Loser is pretty much influenced by Bob Dylan. Now, John Lennon was in the green room about to do an interview with Kenneth Alsop for a TV show about his book in his own right, which I still have my original copy. And Kenneth suggested that John try to write songs that were more personal, based on his own experiences. And that struck a chord with John. So about the song, John has said, I'm a Loser is me in my Dylan period, because the word clown is in it. I objected to the word clown because that was always artsy-fartsy, but Dylan had used it, so I thought it was all right, and it rhymed with whatever I was doing. I started thinking about my own emotions instead of projecting myself into a situation. I would just try to express what I felt. Part of me suspects I'm a loser, and part of me thinks I'm God Almighty. Paul McCartney is on record talking about I'm a Loser, and he has said, we used to listen to a lot of country and western songs, and they were all about sadness and I lost my truck. So it was quite acceptable to sing I'm a Loser. You really didn't think about it at the time. It was only later you'd think, God, that was pretty brave of John. I reckon the best way to describe this one is a folk song gone pop. I'm a Loser was pretty much John's song, and there may have been a dabble or two from me. August 14, 1964, the Beatles are at EMI's Studio 2, and they try the song a number of different ways. Take 8 is the keeper, with John and George on guitar, Paul on bass, Ringo on drums. John and Paul were singing live, and then it was time to immediately do the overdubs, where John and Paul double-tracked their vocals. Ringo added tambourine, George added some guitar licks and fills, and to me it sounds like he also redid his lead guitar solo, which sounds like it was pretty well worked out. They mixed the song on October 26th, and the Beatles played that song in concert all well into 1965. They did it on a few TV shows, and for the TV shows they'd record the instrumental first, and then they'd sing it live on camera. They also recorded it 2 times for BBC Radio. It was released on the Beatles For Sale album in December of '64 in the UK, and in December of '64 on an album in the USA called Beatles 65. So that's the backstory. Let's get started. John Lennon is playing his Gibson J160E on I'm a Loser, and this is a perfect song for every level of guitar playing because it's very simple. Unlike so many of John Lennon's early recordings where he varies the rhythm quite a lot, this song he stays pretty close to the same rhythm pattern. To play the intro, you'll need 3 chords. You need an A minor, an F, and a D. Now, the first 2 measures are not in any tempo. They're just a piacere, which they say in Italian. And based off the A minor chord, you play an A, an E, the C and the A, and an open E, like this, to the D. Repeat that. And then John creates the tempo, playing close to tempo like this. So the whole intro should sound like this. And then you're off to the races. For the verses, you just need 3 chords. A G, a D again, and an F add 9. Back to the G. And that happens for 16 measures. Now, what you want to make sure you do is to use swing eighths. Now, the difference between a regular eighth note and a swing eighth note is this. A regular eighth note would be like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, like. But a swing eighth is more like the first and third beats of an eighth note triplet. So I'll exaggerate those. So when you play the G chord, you don't go. You you go more like that. So usually the rhythm part that he plays for the whole verse is 1, 2, 3, and 4 and, but again using swing eighths. So like on a G, it'd be like to the D, F, add 9. And that happens for 16 measures. So in tempo, on a verse, it sounds like this. 2, 3, 4. Got that? So again, if I play a verse slower to try to emphasize those swing eighths, it would be and that'll get you pretty much through the entire song, every verse. On the chorus, it changes just slightly in that the first measure of the chorus, he'll play that same, and the chords are different. Basically, I should give you the chords. You'll use an A minor, a D, repeat that, A minor to D, then the G again, to E minor, A minor, F to D. Now in the chorus, and there's some slight variations, but for the most part, it's 1, 2, 3, and 4 and then 1, 2, and 3, and 4 and. But again, using swing eighth. So the chorus in tempo sounds like this. Help me out, Ringo. And there's some anticipation on that last D. So very slowly the chorus would sound like this. And typical with John, sometimes there's some open strings, but for the most part, that'll get you through the entire song. And you just need to know that, like during the harmonica solo, you pretty much play, it's half 8 measures, just, the G to D to F, add 9 to G, And then on the guitar solo, you play the chorus chords, which would be A minor to D. And the only thing you need to, it's kind of odd, is that anticipation on the D, It'd be like... And if you use those chords and that strumming pattern, you'll be very, very close to exactly what John Lennon played on I'm a Loser. George Harrison is playing his Gretsch Tennessean on I'm a Loser. This is a Gretsch country classic, and I'm plugged straight into my AC30. At times that you can definitely hear more than 2 guitars on this track, but I've narrowed it to 2 guitar parts, so if you follow my roadmap, you'll get it to sound very, very close to the record. He doesn't play on the first two measures. You can play on measure 3 and 4 if you want to just strum an A minor, you know, to an F, to a D. But then during the verse, voice a 4-string G chord and play the 4th, 3rd, 2nd string, and then single notes on the 1st to 2nd string of each chord form. So like on the G, you play like, and then on the D, on the F, add 9, and then little licks on the G. I like to play it like this, like 2 open G's and a D to get a real G sound. Back to the D, F, add 9, on that G, D. If you do that, you'll sound very close to the record. Then on the chorus, the first chorus, just play based on an A minor and a D form, but just on the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string. Just play on 2 and 4, the very first chorus. Just play 1. You can use a little ghosting if you want in there, and then kind of mimic what John did, but with these voicings. So on the G, like. And then an E minor here. A minor, F here, and D. So chorus. And for the second verse, very close to the same thing, except when you get to the chorus, maybe just strum a little extra on the chords, you know, a little extra. Like that. Okay? When you get to the harmonica solo, pretty much you can hear a rhythm guitar that's probably electric playing close to what John was playing. So the kind of strums like, for the first 3 measures, like, whammy action, and then you're to the solo. So in the solo, you do these pickups: F sharp, G, G sharp to A. So 1, and then you're like in an A minor form, and you have to do a little finger picking. So you kind of voice the A minor, but play. So you get the, you know, with your maybe pick and middle finger, or ring, yeah, middle finger on the C and the E. To a D form, but just all on the 7th fret. Back to the A minor, a little different. Same exact form on the D. To a G, kind of a raised 9, but he just plays a low G first. Then he bends up that B flat. And then kind of off the E minor. And then A minor form up here, plays first a C note, and then the root and 3rd of an F chord, and he bends that. So very slowly, the solo would sound like this. Down and grab a quick G. And then, you know, a couple other little fills during the verse 3. He doesn't play on the G, he plays that low G, and the D, F9. Then on the 4th measure of verse 3, fills like, again. Doesn't play on the D, F9. This time just like a bend. You know, just play an open G and then, oh, I should have slid up to the 3rd fret. No. I mean, bent on the 3rd fret. Back to G, D, F, add 9 again. Or is that one a bend? I'm sorry, that's a bend too. Little whammy bar. And then on the, 16th measure or 15th measure of the F add 9, he plays on the beat 4 of the F add 9, and it's like a... Charts and tabs at MikePachelli.com will make it a lot clearer. And then on the final chorus, kind of mimicking again what John was playing, in the A minor. Play your G's here. Then on the last harmonica solo, he plays like a again same kind of fills. Whammy bar. D, F9. And then pick up to the last guitar solo, which is slightly different. Same pickups on 2, 3, 4. Then nice and slow, it's... And that's all you hear. So let's see. I'll play you that last from the harmonica solo out. George would be playing this. And that's it. Again, charts and tabs at MikePachelli.com will make it so much clearer than I've probably already shown you. But I have put it together in a sound alike so you can see how those two parts fit together. So have a look at this.
I'm a loser. I'm a loser. And I'm not what I appear to be. Of all the love I have won or have lost, there is one love I should never have crossed. She was a girl in a million, my friend. I should have known she would win in the end. I'm a loser, and I lost someone who's near to me. I'm a loser, and I'm not what I appear to be. Although I laugh and I act like a clown, beneath this mask I am wearing a frown. My tears are falling like rain from the sky. Is it for her or myself that I cry? I'm a loser, and I lost someone who's near to me. I'm a loser, and I'm not what I appear to be. What have I done to deserve such a fate? I realize I have left it too late. And so it's true, pride comes before a fall. I'm telling you so that you won't lose all. I'm a loser, and I lost someone who's near to me. I'm a loser, and I'm not what I appear to be.
Well, there you see, when you put both those guitar parts together, it sounds exactly like the record. I suggest you download the charts and tabs at MikePachelli.com, learn both parts, play along with my sound alike, and you'll get it just like the Beatles. And I appreciate your consideration in supporting my work that way. And if you'd like to drop me a line, do so at MikePachelli.com. It's always cool to hear from you. So have fun playing this great old song, and until next time, I'm Mike Pachelli. Thanks for hanging out with me.